What's up, guys? Jahoot here. I just seen Fast X. Let's talk about it. Fast X is the 10th installment in the Fast and the Furious franchise. And in this one, this is pretty much recapping from what happened in Fast 5, where Jason Momoa's character, Damon, is coming back for revenge after they killed his father. Let's start off with some positives and highlights to the movie. Jason Momoa definitely was still in every scene he was in. Even his very first moment of getting down to business, it really had me kind of just sit up a little bit, because it's like, damn, he actually is kind of being an opposing threat. Something that this franchise has kind of lost, or not really had, since I want to say probably Fast 5, when The Rock got into the series. This movie definitely has some very cool action set pieces. This one was more of a actual brawler movie. Kind of say it was about at the same level tone as a John Wick movie. John Wick 2 to be exact, that's more the level. But they definitely did tone down the insanity. Like Fast 9, it was just like they were just trying to outbeat laws of physics and prove that they can just do anything, because they feel like this probably would have been the last movie. I don't even know what was going on. I can't stress it out more than enough why they even went to space. This one, it was more grounded, but it still had that insanity. And with Jason Momoa actually being a decent threat, he matches the tone that this movie, the energy that this movie actually needs. And like I said, he was a scene stealer. Like every time he was on screen, I was actually enjoying it. Like I was just genuinely like, man, he is really having a fun time. And I just like that he had this little zesty, zany-ass, flamboyant personality. Because at first he started off like he's a tough guy, but then it's just like he kind of has that loose screw where it's just like he not taking everything serious, but he is. Like people trying to compare him to the Joker, and it's like, not really a Joker. If, like I said, if anything, he's more of a Jared Leto Joker. Like what he does in this movie is what Jared Leto wanted to do with his Joker. And then the people comparing it to Endgame. I mean, as far as just bringing back all characters that should have been dead, all they need to do was just have Doctor Strange pull up the portal, and it'd be like that. But otherwise, story-wise, Jason Momoa is no Thanos. He is his own villain, but he ain't no Thanos. Now, I do believe that Vin Diesel acting was actually better in this one compared to the last installment. Like, the highlights to me on his acting were more when he was actually having a father-son moment. But I'm still questioning on whose son is that, because we know that's not the same baby from the last movie. And you might want to get a DNA test real quick. I do like that this movie had broke the team up basically into a ABCD plot that is going to eventually come back together in a full circle, but just spacing everybody out, it actually gives the movie a little bit more breathing room, because now with everybody in different groups, everybody can get better dialogue instead of being content all in one room and then everybody fighting for something to say just because they in a room in there. I feel the downfall was the comedy. No jokes honestly landed for me. And the jokes, the things that I did laugh at weren't intentional. And really, most of the chuckles was coming from Jason Momoa.
Hernandez. My father was a horrible man. Very bad daddy.
The movie did have a plot twist that actually surprised me. That I didn't see coming, because it had its own, it already like established some type of meta humor, elaborating how they should have been stopped this whole franchise a long time ago, but they just don't know how it keeps going. And when that person made that claim, I was already thinking like, okay, so this person is gonna end up joining the team. But when it happened, it threw me off, because I'm like, damn it, just like that, you joining a team like that? But then the movie hit a plot twist, and it was like, oh, hats off to you. Y'all did that. Y'all actually got me with that one. As far as negatives, I would say, really the biggest negative I have for this movie is the ending. The ending. We all know they setting up for 2 more. It was really supposed to be 1, but the studios want 2 more to make it a trilogy. And just the way this one ended, it feels like a TV show that will be like, to be continued. Or it just incomplete. Like, I truly, like, it's like one of those type of things, if you blink, you will miss it. Like, the movie was dragging on too long, in my opinion. Well, not too long, or at least when the momentum was starting to die down, it was just like, I wasn't looking at my phone, but I was sitting there thinking like, damn, this movie is still going. Like, is y'all gonna wrap this up? Like, y'all ain't really came to a conclusion on Jason Momoa and Vin Diesel meeting each other for one last confrontation and beating his ass, and then, you know, he beat him, but we don't actually see him die, so it sets up for another movie. That's not basically how this movie ends. So it's just like, y'all set this movie up clearly to set up another one, but it's like, what if y'all didn't get that opportunity if this movie don't make the money it needs in box office? If this is how the franchise will have ended, then it will feel worthless. This movie would not have no rewatch value. I would say that. Like, you would watch it if you was to do 1 through 10, if you was on some marathon shit. But once you get to 10, because that's if you even get past 9, just to get to 10. If you get to 10 and then you watch it, it's just like, why was this made? And it's like, y'all ain't finished. Like, this is how it's gonna end. Like, we don't know what happens. We know what happens, or we can make speculations, but because we're not seeing it, and then we know that this is the end, especially with this writer's strike, it's like, that is not a good way to go out. Like, y'all didn't leave no room for, like, a chance of, all right, this is a satisfying sequel, I'm ready for the next. This is just like, it's just over, and you pretty much just gotta wait for the next one when it does come out eventually. Like, it'd be different if this movie already had a set release, like Infinity War to Endgame, a year later type of thing, but this movie doesn't already have its next one ready. No script or nothing. Nothing has been confirmed. So it's just like, y'all ended the movie trying to set something up, but it's just left unsatisfied, incomplete, to be continued. Hobbs and Han confrontation scene. You saw a glimpse of it at the end of Fast 9, and that's also another problem to me in this movie. So basically what y'all did in Fast 9 as a after credit scene, y'all basically saying that the events that happened in this movie wasn't present day. It happened before or during Fast 9, because they picked up that scene of Hans meeting Shaw. That end credit scene moment, they recap it and show us like what happened after that moment, but it's later in the movie. It's not starting off at that point. They do all this other shit, then they come back to that scene, and just as soon as it happens, it's over. Just like that. Like, y'all could have started the movie off with this or something. I can't stress it out more than enough why they even went to space. I don't know, because it was an after credit scene, y'all basically saying that all these events in Fast 10 happened, and that how that Hans and Shaw moment was already like baited. I mean, already happened, but it's just like, all right, we're gonna save this clip for this movie, but it's really not gonna be an integral plot piece to the rest of the movie. Because again, I don't even understand why they went to him. I don't know. Like, he was saying, I just want to talk, and Other dude was like, I don't want to. And it's just like, all right, so y'all fighting, but I still don't even understand why he was trying to kill him in the first place. I gotta go back and watch that. What was it, Furious 7? Even if they elaborate why he tried to kill him and why he's alive and he was saying you should have stayed dead, it's like, yeah, honestly, but it's like, y'all incorporating this guy to fight him and it doesn't pay off. They just shake hands, basically, and be like, now we're even. Like, if you blink, you miss it. Like, I just don't know what was going, like, the dialogue isn't strong enough in this movie to make me understand what's going on. It's just more of a, they fight. If you fight with this person and you help him, y'all cool. It's simple like that. You help him, you're cool. You're family. Family! God, these movies is crazy. These movies are crazy. But beyond those gripes, I would have to give this movie, what I rate this movie is a 6.5. I want to give it a 7.5, but because of that ending, like I said, that ending is really, really hindering it right now. So I have to give it a 6.5. A 6.5. 6.5 out of 10. Yeah. Well, that's my review for Fast X. If you've seen the movie, comment below. Let me know some things that you liked or some things that you hate. Let's have a debate about it. I'm Jahoot. I'm out.